Oh, here we go. Beautiful. I don't think Amy, do you think he's gonna be able to get in?
Oh, he's here. I'm adding him now.
Oh, he did it?
He did it? There you go.
Oh, hey, there he is. Mask up. Let's go. That's not bad.
Because like if he is on the phone, he has to did not connect audio. I like how Zoom just tells you everything. Okay, we should be all set.
All right. I called this meeting to order. Welcome, Board of Finance special meeting. We are here. Let's do a roll call. Zhang?
Here.
Patel?
Here.
Yes. Comptroller James?
Here.
Beautiful. Okay. Any public comment for tonight? Or this afternoon?
Juju, remember.
I'm reflecting like, wow.
Just checking if anyone's gonna barge into my door. Okay, no public comment. Chair's report. Tanner McCracken, how are we doing, everybody? Thank you for being here. I'm happy we were able to get together to talk about this, and I hope everyone had a safe summer. Miss Zhang.
I really don't have much other than I'm just glad everyone is healthy and safe and everyone's smiling. And let's just get down to business.
Let's do it. Comptroller James, what have you been up to? Do you want to give us a report now, or you want to save that for another meeting?
I could give it quickly right now. But I could in the later meeting. Essentially, got the financial literacy exam started. Having the directors take it right now. We've done a few executive orders regarding finances, which I've told you guys about, but I'll send you guys the actual documents of. The budgets are being groups' budgets are being put in today by the end of today, and we should be all set. But I could go in depth in the later meeting.
Cool. And do us Board of Finance members, do we have to take it again this year to like renew that?
To be safe, yeah. I think it's a better idea to do. But we could talk about it at a later date.
Exactly right. Okay, so is there any unfinished business? No. New business. President Adesanya, take it away.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for joining. The reason why we're having this meeting is to discuss potentially having Block Party virtually. We have been working with Millennium Vision. Juju's over here to represent. And as we all know, Block Party unfortunately cannot happen in person. So we have been looking at the best way to have this virtually to really engage our students any way possible. We have looked at other platforms to use, but this was the best one to really engage students. And that's really the most important thing we're trying to do. And we have negotiated with prices, and that's what Isaiah, the comptroller, and I, as well as Juju, agreed with. And Juju's also here to answer any questions we may have.
Yes. I can go ahead and introduce myself if you guys want. I think Patel, I don't think we've ever met, so I probably should do intros.
Yeah, go ahead.
We did meet.
Oh, we did where?
Yeah, in our first semester, you were campaigning, and you guys came up to me.
Okay.
We were sitting in the game room in CC.
Oh, he remembers.
Involved my year. What happened?
What's that?
Why didn't you get involved my year?
You muted.
Ah, darn it. It's all right. It's all good. It's all good.
You gotta go around and get those votes. You gotta respect that.
I was just a freshman. You should have been working.
I was
with
a freshman.
Oh, freshman. Okay.
Yeah.
So listen, you can introduce yourself, Juju, but then you can maybe go right into it.
I will,
absolutely. Okay, go right ahead.
Absolutely. All right, so for anyone here who I may not fully know, once again, Jaleesa Fontaine, please call me Juju. That's basically my first name. As you all know, I graduated from Albany in 2018. At the time, I was student government president. It was an amazing year. We rolled out a series of initiatives, a series of projects, went really well. Some things didn't. But till this day, I'm still proud of everything that we had the chance to accomplish. I'm hoping that I inspired a couple of students throughout my 4 years. If I did, that's great. If I didn't, I failed. At the time, I was studying to become a physician, which I'm not doing anymore. I'm actually working in the health tech industry, more specifically digital health, health innovation, etc. I started Millennium Vision back in 2018 as a continuation of the work I was doing as student government president. when you realize that you don't have SA anymore and you still love doing the work where you're helping people find their next opportunity or just unlock whatever it is that they want to do. I realized I didn't have a platform anymore. I graduated. So I created an LLC. I created a random name in my bathroom and said, you know what, I'm gonna do this Millennivision thing. I'm gonna hold a series of events where I'm bringing people together who are professionals, aspiring professionals, people who are looking for mentorship. And honestly, it went a lot better than I thought it would. I realized that once again, Albany does have a very large New York City or outside of New York City population. So everybody was traveling from, you know, upstate, but close to like Albany wise, New York City, near New York City areas coming to these events. And it went really well. So fast forward 2020, we're actually transforming a little bit. We're focusing now on becoming a digital media career platform. So we'll soon be rolling out content. Obviously, we've been doing events for a long period of time. We've been excelling in that area. And what we realized is COVID actually unlocked a new opportunity where a lot of students started DMing me like, hey, Ju, I see that you're doing these events. Have you ever considered Millennivision actually partnering with employers or student institutions to start helping them with their events? And I was like, well, I was trying to steal the students and come to my events, but I was like, right, it definitely makes more sense to bring that experience to you all, especially during a time where people can't physically be together. So this year, we're actually rolling that out. We're starting to contact other students, whether it be SUNY schools or small private schools, who are realizing that obviously if you're not coming from a target school like an Ivy League or a prestigious state university, people aren't really checking for you. And we really want to fix that problem. So that's why we're here right now talking about this event. So we do have 2 weeks and we're really concerned about that. We was hoping to have more time, but we're definitely still good to go. So as we mentioned before, platform cost is $1,200. Platform design is $5,000, essay training is $2,000, and engagement research is $500. In regards to the platform cost, we actually came to that number. Initially, we were targeting around 5,000 people. The reality is the platform actually charges 50 cents for every attendee. So in reality, it probably would really cost $1,500, but we don't anticipate that everybody would show up. So we kind of decided to break it down a little bit more so that we're not cheating anyone. We brought it down to $1,200 just to kind of be a little fair, just kind of understanding the student demographic. We're also really big on, we know other people who have used this event, so we really want to make sure that when we purchase the package for it, that we do leave cushion room for people who are going to come, because if you do book it for the same exact number that you expect, you actually may experience technical difficulties because you're reaching that actual capacity. And the software obviously needs to prepare for something like that. That's how we got to the $1,200, which is just for the platform cost. In regards to the platform design, which is $5,000, we initially said $5,500, but once again, this is SA and we know the struggles is real. So we decided to kind of reason it out and bring it down to $5,000. And in reality, the design is really just focused on the labor, the 2-week time frame, as well as us all being present on the day of. So we do have a team of 4 people. Everybody will have to be present on that very Saturday, because the reality is, just like any physical block party, anything can happen. So we do need all hands on deck to ensure that if there is any difficulties, there are 4 people who are able to respond to everyone. The goal is to also have a point of contact for each person. So for example, I used to be president. I know how crazy it can get. So for me, I will probably be in direct contact with Dami or whoever is leading this event. My CTO will be responsible for anybody else who is involved in this event, and so on and so forth. So the goal is to have somebody appointed to each person who is leading this experience. And that's pretty much it. So once again, us with the labor, the time frame, and us just all being present the day of, which I feel is a very reasonable price. I actually did a lot of research and my mentors want to cut my throat for this number, but in reality, I used to be president, so I definitely understand why budgeting is really difficult. In regards to essay training, so once again, reflecting back on essay experience, the goal is to not have to spend so much money all the time, and we realized that. So what we decided to do was, even though we do want to work on a few other events with you guys, when it comes to the software designing process, we don't want you all to feel like you have to always rely on Millennivision to do it. Obviously, the goal for SA is to always be independent, and we want to teach you all to be independent. So we decided that after we do this event and actually design the experience ourselves with the advice or strategy for the event, we want to host this training. And basically, it'll be broken down into 3 to 4 components, right? The first thing is ideation, right? Having the team kind of come together, whether it's 3 or 4 people. Dami, correct me if I'm wrong. I know we agreed on 4 people for this price. But the goal is to have everybody come together and envision what a different event could look like. So they're going to come together for an hour and 15, strategize what could a future event look like. Then the second part of the training is to actually teach them, well, how do you utilize every feature on this platform to make that vision come true? Then the third part of the meeting is to actually have them put it together. And then the fourth part of that meeting is teaching them how to present it. Because what I was telling Dami about before is, you guys are still students. I'm out in the real world, and I realized that school honestly has not prepared us for everything. Like, you're really gonna be out there presenting in front of people, whether you are a professional in corporate, whether you're in med school or law school, or just starting your own business. People need to be enthused by your presentations. So we really wanna ensure that when people are coming into this training and they have to present their next event to Dami or whoever, that they actually know how to talk about this software and how to further design these experiences. That's the point of the training. Like I said, originally it was $2,000 for 3 people, but I realized that obviously, once again, budget is tight, and I'm really big on making sure you guys have everything that you need so you guys can continuously succeed. So I felt like it didn't hurt to train a 4th person. This training can be anywhere to 3 to 5 hours. Once again, you guys are not strangers to me, so if it took 6, no one's gonna cry over a 6-hour, and no one's gonna charge for a 6-hour. We just really wanna make sure you understand how to do this yourselves to be more independent. And then lastly, engagement research. So we know the importance of data. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with tech and everything like that, but data is the new oil, right? It's very important that if you are collecting information from students and having them RSVP online, it's a great opportunity for you to actually ask as many questions as possible without verbally having to do it one-on-one. So what I wanted to actually do was sit down with the team and get a better sense of what challenges have SA experienced when it comes to engaging their students in the past, even stemming back to my year, whatever it is, and how can we utilize this platform, whether it be during the RSVP onboarding process or during each event or booth that they're going to. How can we use this platform to ask as many questions as possible through the system itself and have all of that data and think about how do we better interpret it so that we can create more programs and more initiatives that actually work and help them. So once again, we did charge higher for it, but Gina and I kind of talked about it and was like, honestly, when we were students, we didn't understand data. We didn't think data was important. So we don't really expect you guys to think it's important. Our goal is to kind of just do it with you and kind of walk you through the process so you at least understand why we wanted to include it and why it is actually that important. So that's honestly the only 4 things that we're charging for. I realized that the other services weren't necessary, which is totally fine. But honestly, we're just excited to do this event. Like, we've been doing our own events. It's time to start working with other people and making things that are bigger. So that's pretty much all I have for you.
That's great. And thank you for that wonderful presentation right there. Beautiful. Any questions from the Board of Finance?
Throw them. Hit me with it.
Zhang?
Okay, yes. So this could be also answered by Dami. So Dami originally sent over like the spreadsheet outlining the cost, but then it's differing than the cost that I'm hearing now and the cost that she's listed within her email. So is there like a itemized type of invoice? You know, like you've been in like the the contracts we need.
So all of these numbers are actually lower than the actual original Excel sheet. So what I will do is I'll add the newer numbers in and I'll just send it over to you guys again so that you have the newly updated Excel. So the only numbers that stayed the same was the platform cost, which we definitely can't change, you know why. And the training we didn't change because we added a 4th person, but the platform design, we brought it down $500, so it's $5,000 now. And engagement research, if I'm not mistaken, was $1,500 to $2,000, and we brought it down to $500. So if anything, everything just went down in cost.
Yes.
Okay.
So engagement research, I actually have the spreadsheet open and I'm changing it right now. So platform cost, $1,200, platform design, $5,000, event strategy, $2,000.
We're not doing event strategy.
Okay, cool, cool. Engagement research, $500, period. And then essay training, $2,000. And then external communication?
No.
0?
We're not doing that one.
So the total cost for the first Excel sheet was like 14,000 something. Like I said before, we took out things that the directors can't do ourselves, and we negotiated on certain prices. So yeah.
So now I have a total of 8,700.
So Tanner, could you I think Dami might have to enable that because you're an attendee right now. Could you share, like, just have that sheet on screen so it's easier for everyone?
Yeah. Do you want to make me co-host?
Yes, done.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So that's perfect because I looked at some of the items. I was like, I have a bunch of questions. So let's see. Okay.
Is that
Tanner.
working? Can you
Yeah.
see that?
Okay. So Dami, with this new total, do you still need to pull from other lines? Because that's where I was kind of like a red flag, because we knew that last year Board of Finance, we craft the budget in mind with like block party is a huge thing, and we purposely put 15,000 in it. That's why when you had said you have to pull from lines, would you still have to pull for lines for this total?
No, we're way under budget. Isaiah, I don't know if you want to jump in with this, but like we're like really good to go. Yeah.
Right. So the budget that you guys approved, if I'm not mistaken, was around 15,000.
Yes.
Would make us under that amount.
Okay, that's good. And second, so what type of data do you have in mind that would be collected during this event?
You asking me or Dami?
Either or.
Oh, well, not to be that person, but it is a service. So once again, I really don't want to be that person, but for me to break down every single aspect, it's really, once again, a process. It's understanding what have you guys been struggling in before, making a list of that, and obviously working with you all thoroughly to determine what that data should actually look like. So I can give you an example, right? So for Millennium Vision, however, so for us, because we're planning on working with obviously larger student institutions, employers, et cetera, we know what data they need to fulfill the workforce that they want to design. So what we do is to ensure that they know that our audience reflects who they want to hire. When we are making people RSVP for our events, we ask them a series of questions that we know that information is very important when we're partnering with these people. That's how Millennium Vision designs their research. We also do UX research. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but we are developing a certain platform behind the scenes. So we host a series of behind the scenes interviews with people who are 18 to 25, then 29 to 35, getting a better sense of what were their student experiences like, what were their professional experiences like, and kind of working on our own personal studies. So that's Millennium Vision. But once again, it really depends on what SA is looking for. From my own experience working in SA, what I can assume it would be is, once again, who's actually using the resources at SA? I think that we've always been asking this question, but we never actually launched an initiative to find out who's actually using SA's resources. So if we're gonna have people on board and RSVP for your events, the goal is to ask the right questions to ensure that you're grasping the right information for who your demographic is. So the reality is, are mostly freshmen engaging with SA? Are mostly seniors engaging with SA? Are there people of certain ethnicities and race, which I hate the word, ethnicities, right, who are also embracing SA's resources? So I, as Julissa, can reflect on my experience and already know what data should be collected, but I don't want to impose and overrule anybody else's ideas. But once again, you guys have been asking this question forever: who's using us, who's using us? And I can even say I was at fault before I got into the real world and knew what was important, that we just never asked. We never did anything to actually find out. So I want to help you guys find out, because I still want to know myself.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any further questions from the board? We got any questions? Patel?
No, I'm good.
Wonderful. I guess I just have I know you probably touched on it, Comptroller James, but I just want to confirm. So is there any other costs for Block Party, or is this the full amount? So it's under what we've budgeted for?
At least for this program, unless there's some other activity or program that Dami and her team is planning. But currently, as of right now, this platform is how much it's going to cost, and we're under budget for it.
Cool. Okay. So you don't really need Board of Finance approval. We don't need an official vote. This was just us giving us the chance to review it.
Yes. Because of the bylaws, since it's over 8,000, you guys have to review it.
Okay. Okay. But there's no contracts involved?
There will be a contract drawn up, but we wanted to present it to you like this first before we.
Well, I appreciate that. I know the board appreciates that, and just bring us what you need, and For now, I think we're good. Is there anything else you want to say, Juju or President
I'm ready
Adesanya?
to get started. Let's
We love that.
go.
love
Honestly,
that.
like I said, I've been dying to work with SA again. I mean, I know I'm a graduate, I'm an old head, but we have work to do. Like, students are gonna get left behind with this pandemic, so I'm trying to work. Let's go. Let's start
Listen,
tomorrow.
I love the
Go.
excitement. Listen, I was a freshman when you gave the candlelight speech, and I was
Oh, you're
ready.
serious?
Yes, I was ready to party. You were my first president. I didn't know what SA was, but you were getting me
Same.
hype. You were getting me hype, and I was like, okay.
Thank you. First of all, obviously, I'm mad at you and Patel. Why y'all didn't join SA freshman year? But it's all good. It's all right. I'm not mad at nobody.
I wanted
What are
to
you gonna
party, so
Oh,
This is being recorded.
we're public. We're
You can
public.
say that you human. I feel you, Patel. You all good.
But yeah, Juju, you were our president, and we're graduating this year. Isn't that
Guys,
crazy?
we about to be graduates. How do y'all
We're
feel?
not old. You know.
Y'all feel good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel alive. I feel alive.
But we're all seniors. Wow.
Yeah, Juju,
Wow.
let's grow up.
So what I just did was I just dropped my personal email. So I'm gonna give you guys the same thing I gave Dami. Once again, the world is not that bright when you come out. Your personalities are. That shouldn't change, but the reality gets really harsh. So please email me on my personal Gmail if you need help with anything, trying to figure out what your next career move should look like, where you might want to work. This is off the Millennium Vision record. This is Juju. Email me, right? If you're unsure about anything, please contact me because Lord knows I know too many people. I'm sure I could find somebody to connect with for you guys to figure it all out. So hit me on the side if you need any of that advice.
We
And then
thank you
Millennium
for
Vision
that.
one, you know what that
Thank
is.
Yes. And
All right.
you're still Madam President. You go down in
Oh.
history. You're still Madam. Hey, listen, that's how it works.
First
You know?
black woman president.
I think
Tommy's
you.
my
I think you
president.
still get 2 Secret Service, right? You get 2 Secret Service for the rest of your life. Okay, beautiful. Can I get a
All right.
motion? Well, actually, closing roll. Zhang.
Here.
Okay, Patel, are you still there?
Yep.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you for being here again. Oh, Comptroller James, is that you?
I'm present.
Okay, can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Can I get a second from Patel?
Second.
Beautiful.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Beautiful. And Juju, you could have said aye. There you go. There
I
you
was
go.
like, I'll give a peace sign. I'm like, I don't know if my eye counts.
Yes. Beautiful. So President Adesanya, if you just want to stop that recording and send it to me, maybe I could just write down some little minutes just so we have it.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate that.